Alright, so yesterday I got this thing to fire up for the first time since I've owned it. Found that it had no brakes, no clutch, pedals went right to the floor, so I went and took off the wheels and all the lug nut studs snapped. Well, most of them did. Looks like somebody was jumping up and down on them with a tire iron. I lifted up the suspension a little bit to keep it from rubbing on the tire right there. So just so I can get it to the lift, so I can look underneath it and see if it's leaking or whatever. It didn't seem to leak anything yesterday. I didn't even see a drip on the bottom of the car when I jacked it up to move the suspension. But yeah, I've got 3 freshly charged batteries hooked up, so hopefully we can get some good cold cranking amps into the starter. Got to order a starter, got to order some lug nut studs and lug nuts. Some new spark plugs. Now that I've got it running, I'm willing to spend more money on it. Alright. Well, let's see what happens. Did I put my fuse back in? No, I didn't put my fuse back in yet. I gotta put it in the fuse for ignition. Hopefully she isn't flooded this morning. Left the gas pedal open all night after doing the flood procedure, hoping that the air would waft out and evaporate any flooding that I had done. I don't know if this motor even works like that, but I tried it. Alright. So, we're on. Belts. Fuel. We got everything's on there. Cooling trans on. Smells like a little bit of coolant in here. Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh, that was odd. I don't know what that's about. Okay, I was just feathering the gas pedal while it was holding there at 3. It wasn't doing anything, and now it's doing something. I'm gonna try and let the clutch. Oh, we died. Won't hold an idle now all of a sudden. Okay. Letting the clutch out slowly. Okay, clutch is out. Seems like I got a vacuum leak. Okay, we're just gonna let it turn off for now. So it starts pretty good when it's cold. I think I'm gonna try and tighten up all my hose clamps and get rid of this vacuum leak. Alright, so it's turned on and off a few times now. Looks like that's working out. It kept stalling out though after I let off the gas pedal, so I've gone through and reattached my intercooler. Let's keep our fingers crossed it starts again. Alright, clutch in, key on. Okay, no gas pedal. Turn the heater on. No heater. Uh-oh, no blower motor, so I can't check to see if things are getting hot. Looks like we've got temp down here. We'll see if it moves. We're making 0 boost. Oil pressure's good and high. It's smoking a little bit, but not much, so I think I did a pretty good job of getting it unflooded. I think it was just so severely flooded that it was so hard to get it started afterward, and it was just fucking smoking. But now it's not smoking too bad. Let me go check and see if the fan's on. It's idling really high. I don't know how to adjust the idle yet. Well, it looks like it might be an adjustment in my throttle cable. Now it's going down in idle. I just grabbed the throttle and moved it. So that looks like maybe a sticky throttle cable. I'm not sure what idle is supposed to be on this thing, but now we're at 2,500 idle. I think we should be somewhere around 2,000 to 1,000. Yeah, in a typical automobile, it's right below 1,000 RPMs, but this isn't your typical automobile. Well, I'm gonna let it warm up and try and move it to the rack. There's no alarms going off this time. We'll see. We're now about 2 or 3 minutes into the first warm up. Seems to be smoking a lot heavier, and I can hear like a misfire. It goes, here, I'll try to put you next to it so you can hear it. It goes dum 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 dum. Seems like a random misfire to me. And we got the turbo over here. Looks like it's burning off all its old crusties. We got smoke coming off the turbo. Hopefully that'll stop. After a couple heat cycles, maybe we'll get that to stop happening. Might be that there's a leak on the turbo. I don't see anything. There's no drips underneath the car. It's pretty much leak free. It's supposedly a brand new motor. Looks like we're coasting up in RPM. Let's try to. Okay, looks like I need to adjust the throttle position sensor. That kicking back and forth is the throttle position sensor because I'm moving it. So I'll have to take off that damn freaking intercooler again. I could swear I just heard spark jumping. We got an alarm again. Coolant's picking up. We have no in-cabin power. Do we have any radio? Oh, we have radio. The antenna just went shooting up. Alright, I'm gonna try and disconnect some batteries real quick and move this thing. I just found that was touching that. That's the main power wire. Oh, there's a noise over here. Alright, let's see if we can't get this thing moved out and away. Alright, well, I got it that close to the lift. I hit that bump and killed it by accident. I'm starting to smoke a little bit heavier. Man, this turbo over here is just billowing out smoke. I hear some sort of coolant bubbling. It looks like I'm smoking from the bottom of the turbo down there on the bottom of the heat shield. I wonder, it looks like something's almost on fire down there. I'll let it chill out for a bit and then I'll check it again. I do hear some boiling going on, so I wonder if I need to burp the system. I wonder what our coolant temp got to though. Let's check that out. Might be that we have a stuck thermostat and the turbo's overheating. Might be that the turbo's just bad. Well, coolant moved. Oh yeah, it moved. It's moving right now. Well, we got it above the cold operating temperature, which that was our goal. I'll let it clear out. I'm gonna open up the gas pedal again. This thing just doesn't like to start when it's warm. As soon as it got any sort of warmth in it, it just stopped starting. When it was cold, it was starting like nobody's business. It seemed like it was starting to flood too. I'm wondering if my ignition timing isn't off a little bit and not burning all that fuel. You know, it started smoking heavily as it started warming up. So, that's just another thing to check. And that turbo's still over there just smoking away. We'll see. I'll open it up. Hopefully there's not a pool of oil in it. If there is, well, I guess we're buying an intake, a front mount kit, and a big turbo, because I'm not going to fix that stupid stock little turbo.